facility. And obviously she finds it's going to be a little bit trickier than she expected.
For the fanboys out there, the fanboys and the fangirls, Amanda is, of course,
Ellen Ripley's daughter.
Yes. Now, Ellen Ripley from multiple Alien films. Yeah, this is huge for us. This is an in-between section that we don't know about.
Right. So this is that sort of untold story. I mean, the game takes place 15 years after the Nostromo goes missing. Weyland-Yutani believe that someone has found the black box flight recorder of the Nostromo, and they send a small crew to simply go and collect it from this very remote deep space station. And Amanda volunteers to be part of that crew. Obviously, when she gets there, she confronts the horror that separated her from her mother in the first place.
Well, that guy doesn't look like he's doing very well.
No. And we're now taking advantage of that as well. So one of the things you do in the game, this is a game about survival. It's I think games in the past, but within the franchise, have kind of focused on the kind of James Cameron Aliens experience, which is totally cool. Pulse rifles and multiple aliens. But we really wanted to do something completely different and kind of dial into the kind of values of that first 1979 movie where just one alien could be a really meaningful. So we need
we just saw something on screen.
So that noise attracted the aliens, and noise is a really important part of the game. Amount of noise in the world, the amount of noise that the player makes, and so that explosion caught the attention of the alien and it suddenly appeared. Now the player doesn't really have any kind of weaponry to try and kill the alien, so they have to use the world around them and their resources to try and survive.
I saw a really interesting feature, the hold your breath feature.
Yeah, so they've ducked into this locker, and the alien suspects that you might have gone in there, but by holding your breath, he doesn't detect you, and it looks like he's about to head off. So the alien in Alien Isolation isn't running under any kind of prescribed paths or patterns. It's not something you can learn. He's just using his senses to try and track you down. He's listening for you. He's looking for you, and that makes it a really really tense, intense encounter because it's really unpredictable. You're not sure what's going to happen from moment to moment. So you really have to keep your wits about you and continuously assess the situation and just by any means necessary, get onto a table. You're always trying to make sure that the alien can't see you. You're trying to break line of sight.
Yeah, making as little noise as possible.
Be quiet. You're crouching. You're peeking. We allow you to kind of look around and over objects. It's about understanding the world around you and the amount of information you've got at hand. And so here, obviously we're massive fans of that first film.
Yes.
And you can see this kind of lo-fi, sci-fi aesthetic. This is amazing 1970s view of what the future will look like. It's kind of used future, where it's very mechanical and clunky and chunky, and it's kind of a world away from the kind of holograms and touchscreens of kind of, I suppose, most sci-fi. This is a very basic, tangible world, but I think it makes it really credible. It's a really believable world, which really allows the kind of extraordinary, the alien to exist, but that the whole experience be something that you can kind of buy into and believe in.
Definitely. Now, Amanda's here by herself. She came with a crew. They're dead. Or what can you tell us? Can you?
I don't want to spoil too much, but yeah, there's a small crew. I mean, we really wanted to kind of mirror. In Alien, you have this fantastic ensemble cast of characters who you kind of get to know, and they have different, relationships and different motivations, and but when the alien appears, those tensions
definitely
get pulled apart, and I really wanted to mirror that with Alien Isolation. So there is a small cast that you get to know, but of course how they react to events influences the player's journey. And so here, we do have a few weapons in the game, and here we've got the iconic flamethrower from the first film. As Ash says, most creatures are afraid of fire. And so, this is a very powerful weapon, but it's also comes with some significant disadvantages. It uses up a fuel at an incredible rate, so it actually turns into be a kind of a weapon of last resort. You use it in an emergency. It's not something you kind of actively go and charge around and use. And again, the motion tracker, right? It's this kind of imperfect device. It's not this magic mini-map with where you get information the whole time. It's something you have to actively use and look at. we're really interested in really making every action really meaningful to the player, and really make them think about it. Oh, right, so here we go. We've come across looks like a human survivor. Now these guys, you know, in the same position as the player, they're desperate to survive, and so they're really unpredictable as well. Sometimes they're a positive influence to the player, and sometimes negative. Now the player's just pulled up a noisemaker. This kind of quite an interesting device that the player can build with the crafting system. It's got 2 speakers and some circuitry. Now the player could throw that in the world and it would start making a lot of noise and probably attract that guy to it, and it would maybe so look, he's armed, so okay, we do have the option of this.
I saw he has that gun right there.
Yeah, so it's probably good we left him be, and we also have there we had a sort of Molotov cocktail, you know, which is a very
It's always good to have.
yeah, a very blunt, very dangerous weapon, but it might, you know, if you use it in the right place at the right time, it might just give you the sort of increase the odds of your chances of survival.
So we're seeing a different section now.
Yeah, so this is a different part of the mission where we've now kind of got locked in this this kind of plant room where everything's been turned off, and you know, one aspect of the Alien Isolation is you know, it's, for me, it's about that whole of the player's journey. It's not just about you know, X number of hours of being under this unrelenting pressure of the alien. You know, the station is kind of damaged and broken in places, and so it's actually, you know, just navigating your way around the world is kind of like a puzzle. And so here, I think
everyone is looking really excited. By the way, I'm reading these tweets down here. Everyone's like, the gameplay looks great. This is awesome. It seems like you're really reaching out to fans.
Yeah, I
here
mean,
with this
you know,
title.
this came from, you know, very much from us thinking actually there has to be a really awesome alien experience, you know, without the S. You know, something that really go back to the roots, and I guess that's where, you know, where we started from.
Looks like we just
right. So we've powered up the. It looks like we've powered up the system, but it's come at a cost that we seem to have unlocked the Seegson synthetic. So Seegson are the company that run the station.
Are you okay?
They're way behind in the tech race, but they do have their own flavor of biomechanical kind of android. They're quite basic and again unpredictable. Sometimes you know, they can be a positive. Sometimes they can be kind of, you know, almost frustratingly neutral. And if in the wrong place at the wrong time, they can be aggressive. So it looks like the player here is decided to be cautious again and not go up and try and shake their hand. So okay, so yeah, so here we're peeking over the objects to try and get a little bit more information.
Of course, it sounds like you have to kind of go into every situation with caution here.
Yeah.
We're not running and gunning.
No, because right, and one of the sort of interesting things is because everything is running under its own AI, that things, unexpected kind of combinations of events occur and things can escalate and get out of hand really quickly. So you do, you know, this isn't a game where you're kind of running around firing a weapon.
Yeah.
You do need to be quite cautious
with those limited resources that you said.
Yeah. So it looks like we powered the system back on, and now we're going to try and hack our way in. We've got this very basic kind of 70s handheld device with this kind of lo-fi looking interface. So we just need to... Oh, okay. So
All
he's
right.
he obviously doesn't want us to be here. Now these guys are super strong and super tough. We really don't want to get too involved with them, right? Yeah. So we do have like I said, the player does have a few sort of weapons.
That guy loves milk.
But yeah, he's full of it.
Yeah.
So the pistol didn't do anything. We can use the flamethrower, and
these are definitely tough enemies, man.
Yeah. So it's not something you want to really get too involved with if you don't have the resources. But earlier we did pick up an EMP mine, so we can try and use that on him.
Ah, that's true.
Right, and so that should stun him, and if we can quickly go in and finish him off. Right.
All right, nice. Nothing like a little brute force.
Yeah.
Get the job
Well,
done.
it's a desperate situation, desperate measures. But of course, we've just made a huge amount of commotion. There's a large potential for us to have attracted.
Oh, there's no aliens around.
Yeah.
They're fine.
Okay, it looks like we got away with that.
That's good. That is good.
But there's a real kind of risk-reward cat and
course.
mouse gameplay going on here, and it's very much about player choice. You know, we put the choice in the player's hands as to how they want to try and play out a situation. So here we've just built a medikit. We took some damage from that encounter with the synthetic, so we've just built a medikit using the crafting system.
Yeah. How deep is this crafting system? Is there you probably can't give us a number, but is there a number that you're thinking of in mind that you want to have for stuff that you can build? Are you guys still working on the crafting system?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we're showing a sort of little subset of the crafting system here. I think I'd like to think that anything you intuitively would like to try and do, we provide a means for you to try that out.
It looks like we're actually getting through on this time.
So we managed to hack through. Right, so the power's coming up. Right, so I think we should.
Good thing that's not making a bunch of noise right now.
Right, so yeah. Okay, it looks like we've set off the evacuation of the medical facility, which within the context of this mission means that all the doors will now be open, but of course, like you say, we just made a huge amount of noise and we have attracted the alien.
Yep, so that was him popping up kind of on the radar, but again, it's not the most accurate.
No, so you're going to have... So
oh, wow, okay.
Right, so he's now encountered the humans, they're shooting at him. So those guys are now in a confrontation, which actually might play out well for us, because we can now take advantage of that and hopefully keep moving and not be spotted.
Oh, looks like he might be coming back for more. Okay, I don't know. No, that's a bad idea. That's a bad idea.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
So I think we used the motion tracker there and been a little bit more careful.
I'm Samuels. I work for the company. It's about your mother. We think we may have found her, Amanda. shut the book. Ripley.
I don't know if you can hear me, but I made it across. It's really bad here, Verlaine. I think there's something here.